All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, documenting the end of the classic rock era and doing it with good cheer in real time for a few real people just like you there. Oh, and just like me here. All right, so before I talk about the end of the classic rock era, it's just sad, folks, what's going on out there, but could happen to younger people too. Just doesn't usually happen that much. Here's a band you should check out. The band is called RIAN, rock and roll from the great country of Sweden. And this is their album Wings. Great album cover, right? Right? You had me at the album cover. Album cover? What's that? I just stream all my music. Okay, cool. You'll see the album cover when you stream, right? There's a little tiny little icon you can look at and say, wow, cool album cover. My friend Eric Rainio plays on this. He's great. He could replace Jonathan Cain in Journey. I think he wants to, actually. I think he's told me that before. If John wants to quit, then Eric can take over. He's a really good keyboardist. And he knows all the Journey stuff. And apparently he knows all the Ryan stuff too. So check this out. I don't want to get off topic. Great music from Sweden. It's melodic. It's slightly heavy at times. Not super heavy, but it rocks out. They're not afraid to just, play up-tempo stuff. So lots of great stuff in Sweden. That came out in 2023. So it's kind of old news, but a lot of us didn't hear it the first time. All right. So moving on to the old folks who are having trouble out there. Stevie Nicks forced to postpone her August and September dates due to a fractured shoulder. Now, her Instagram says that she requires recovery time. Now, this is confusing. From a recent injury resulting in a fractured shoulder. Isn't a fractured shoulder an injury? So was there one injury which led to another injury? And what was the first injury? It says a recent injury. The other thing that I kind of notice about Stevie Nicks is she likes to shelter in place. She's not, I use that term because, back in 2020 and 2021, other than Howard Stern, I'm thinking Stevie Nicks was the queen of sheltering in place. She wasn't going outside for anything. I mean, there could be nuclear holocaust and she would be told she'd have to move somewhere and she'd be like, nope, gonna stay put. I'll be fine. It says here the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer notes that her October dates will be unaffected. So she'll be fine by October. Her schedule will resume October 1st in Portland, Oregon. So remember when you had that Billy Joel, Stevie Nicks tour thing where it was going to be these two well-known, and getting, big attendance for these two very popular artists that would be performing together? Well, that's not going to be happening. Many of these concerts by Stevie were announced in June to fill in the gaps in her schedule after the cancellation of her joint stadium dates with Billy Joel. The two were scheduled to play 4 shows together in Jersey, California, and Michigan. But following Billy's brain disorder diagnosis, those concerts were scrapped. It doesn't give me pleasure, really, to talk about this stuff, but it is news, and people have said, hey, keep us up to date on what's going on. Because not everybody is tuned into Classic Rock 93.9 or going to their website to find out all of this information on the end of the classic rock era. So you got Billy's brain disorder, and you've got Stevie's fractured shoulder. And people are like, okay, well, I had bought tickets, and it's August already, and you're telling me that the dates are postponed, and there's a fracture, there's an injury here, which, how did that happen? There's nothing here that would talk about how Stevie Nicks fractured her her shoulder or how that first injury led to this injury. It's confusing, folks. It's confusing. And in the world of people just hanging on out here, it's a little rough. At least Billy Joel told us that he's got some very mysterious, although they call it water on the brain, literally. That's his diagnosis. And he's out there. He's got a documentary. And he was on, I think it was the Bill Maher podcast where he went into more detail. It was actually a pretty good podcast. He talked about how he didn't really like what the wokesters were saying about his music and so forth, which is ironic because he's kind of a wokester in some ways himself. So it's a little, again, it's a little confusing, much like this injury that resulted in another injury for Stevie Nicks. So I'm not a huge fan of Stevie Nicks as a person. I do like her music, some of her music. So in no matter, I obviously want to wish her a speedy recovery. And I'm hoping that she'll get together with Lindsay and do a tour, either with or without Fleetwood Mac, but it would make sense to do it with Mick and hopefully John next year. The rumor has it it's 2026, but it's just a rumor, folks. You know what they say about rumors, right? They say it's a Fleetwood Mac album title. Yeah. Big album, by the way. I was there when that album came out. I was alive when it came out. That shows you how old I am, right? Amazing. That and Hotel California at the same time almost. Just huge. That's when American music, even though Fleetwood Mac is kind of a hybrid with these British people in the band. Technically, it's a British band. But it's a British, American British. It's like a Revolutionary War band. All right. Anyway, when those two albums were out simultaneously, holy crap, Batman. Too much. Too much. It's music overload. All right. Getting back to this before I go. And I need to go because this video is really bad. RIAN and their album Wings. Okay, so check this out. Put some headphones on and just, it's a blessing to your ears. All right, it just rocks out, and it's not like stuff they're putting out today. It isn't. It comes from Sweden. It's easier to put together than IKEA furniture. All right, so just listen to it and enjoy, and your life will be so much better. All right, people, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You know all those things, right? Like the videos. You don't have to share the videos because it's embarrassing. All right, so don't share them, but you can like them. And what else? Oh, if you want to support the channel, crazy, right? There are several ways to do that. Patreon, buy me a coffee, which is my favorite way. All right. And I need coffee right now. So after the video is done, I'm going to grab some coffee. Did I say Patreon? See, now I'm forgetting because I'm getting old. And there's also YouTube memberships and PJ Rock Super Chats. PJ Rock basically has kept my car on the road this last year or so, since October of last year. The other channel is still active, and I may be uploading audio because I can't upload video, but I can upload audio. It's very weird what happened over there. People are still wondering. They're finding me here, and they're going, hey, you're back. And I've actually not been gone. I just kind of started another channel, and here I am. So thanks to everybody. And don't forget, folks, Jesus is the way. He's the only way because of grace. Without grace, we're kind of all screwed. So just remember that. God bless everyone, and see you soon.